Okay, this is the ultimate Sakapate's move sets into the monolith in Tainted Sanctuary. We're going to be facing an ultimate Sakapate with 2 catapults around him. We're going to take out sort of the catapult on one of the catapults, but then leave them around so that we can see their 2 moves. The one that will keep the catapult will do this electrical thingy, shootout electrical thingies, I believe is what it's actually called. And they will shoot out either 3, 4, or 5 electrical attacks. And I usually hit dodge or parry. Well, me, dodge. When it's like near its apex, like when it's still on its way up. Because it's kind of fast. So as soon as he shoots the first one, you're going to parry or dodge like right away. And then they have the knife attack, which for me is an audio cue. You can hear the sound of like a knife, like sheathing or something. And when you hear that sound, you're going to pause and then you're going to respond. You're either going to dodge or parry because you think the sound is them shooting out the knife, but it's not. I don't know what the sound is, but it's like a troll sound or something. Because you hear the sound and then you wait a beat and then you dodge as the knife comes out. So there's like a little pause in between it. So those are the 2 catapult moves, and I'll write all the moves out in the description, and we'll timestamp them like I have my other videos where I do moveset videos. Then the ultimate himself has attacks with his dead partner, which is where he swings that mannequin twice and then does an attack that you can jump and counter. So having energizing jump on is a good way to gain an easy AP in this fight. And then slams the ground is a 1 hit where he'll literally just lean back and like slam the ground. It is not a jump defense. You're going to dodge or parry that one that slams the ground. And then slams his shield is actually he backhands you with a mannequin. So I don't know why the title is off, but it is. But that's a 1 hit as well. He just like backhands you with a mannequin. But then he fires his cannons, which is a 3 hit. And it's safe to assume that fires his cannons is going to come at the end of nearly every one of those other moves. Probably not at start, but when he gets serious and he lifts his shield up, that's when he's going to start adding fires his cannons at the end of every move. So when in the timeline says he's going to go once, it's actually going to feel like he's going twice because he's going to slam his shield or slam the ground or attack with his dead partner, but then he's going to follow up with fire his cannons. And you're going to be like, hey, wait, dude, you're going twice. Well, you know, so just get used to it. Just assume that fire his cannons is part of like the overall move. So instead of slams his shield being 1 hit, think of it as being 3. It's the 1 slam his shield on the ground followed up by cannon fire. As far as the firing the cannons go, it's really fast. Like, you hear him yell fire, and then, like, there's, like, the sound of it happening, and then it happens, and it's, like, really close together. If you can get your dodge or parry on the that comes right after the fire and right before the flash of the firing, you should be okay. But I'll try and, you know, talk along with it, like, say dodge when I dodge and all that stuff, like I usually do in my moveset videos. So this setup that I have, I'm not going to show you the pictos or anything like that because it's kind of pointless. I basically have a stay alive build on. You know, I have like life steal on because we're going to stick around long enough to see his movesets and stuff like that, and then we'll just take him out. But what you want to do normally is break him. So you're going to want a breaker build. You know, you want the breaker, the counter attack breakers, all that stuff, all that good stuff on. Because that'll really help break his bar. Because you really need to get rid of that shield. And we'll see all that in here. But alright. So, here we go.
A storm is coming.
Okay, so what you want to do when you first see this guy is you want to get rid of these catapult shoulders. Watch the reticle because they move and the reticle can go from red to clear. And you don't want clear because you don't want to waste an AP point and not hit something. But it usually takes 3 shots to knock it off. When the catapult looks like that, as opposed to that, he can no longer do the electrical thingy attack, which is good because it just get rid of it. There's no point in having it around. But we'll keep it for one, and I'll just shoot part of it, and then we'll come back to it. But I'm basically just going to use base attacks just so that we can see most of the moves. Okay, dead partner. Dodge, dodge, jump, counter. We'll just do base attack. And it's weak to fire, by the way. Sort of even this out. Okay, here's the catapult thunder thingies. Dodge, 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 dodge. So it can be anywhere between 3 and 5 of them. And here's the blade. So if you heard that, you can hear the ding, and then it pauses, and then it goes. Dodge. Okay, so we've seen the knife, and we've seen the electrical thingy. I don't mind seeing the knife again, but I can't stand the electrical thingy, so we're getting rid of this thing. Because it is the easiest thing to get rid of, and there's no reason to dodge. Even deal with it. Just get rid of it. Okay. So let's just continue on. You'll probably see the knife one again, because I'm leaving that guy in for now. Okay, so now he's going to start following up every move with the fire cannon. Okay, slams his shield. Dodge. Okay, here we go. Dodge. 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 You can hear the higher pitched in between the fire and the light flash. That's when you dodge. Okay, here's the blades. Listen for it. Dodge. So you hear it, and then it goes. Slams its shield. Dodge. And its cannons. Dodge. Dodge. Dodge.
Mayhem.
Let us stain them.
We'll get rid of this little guy since we've seen all of his moves now. Alright, he should die next time. Alright, slams his shield. Dodge.
That's more like it.
Dodge. 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 You can hear it's right after that high-pitched. Dodge. I don't always get that one. Alright, we're going to work on breaking this guy because we've seen most of his moves now, so let's get him down and try and get this shield off. And get some... Dead partner. Dodge. Dodge. Jump. Counter. Dodge. 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 Just when you hear the whistle. Like, I guess it's more of like a whistle. Before each one. You hear like a whistling sound, and then it fires. Get some of this down. Okay, so now sometimes his shoulder is exposed and his shield stays down. And sometimes he'll become not stunned anymore, and he'll pull his shield back up. I don't know why sometimes he stays stunned and sometimes he just resets. If he resets, you just have to break him again. But now we're going to work on getting rid of his shoulder. See the lighting? It's just like with the catapult. Sometimes it takes 3 shots and sometimes it takes more. But once you get that arm off, that's when you no longer have to deal with the fire cannons. So breaking him is really a priority to getting him down to less moves, because now he's only going to have a couple, like the same sort of couple moves, but you won't be dealing with the firing cannon, and so he won't be going as many times in a row. So okay, electrical thingy, this is new and comes after the shield is gone. And because I was talking, I couldn't say dodge, but it's normal timing, sort of.
Ready to
Okay,
evade.
dead partner. Dodge, dodge, jump, counter.
Chroma is flowing.
So much power.
Okay, so those are all of his movesets that I've seen. I haven't seen one that didn't show up there. And then another reason to do him, even though he's an optional boss, is this weapon that, or skill that we just got from Renoko. It's Sakapate Fire. It deals extreme fire to all enemies, 3 hits, applies 3 burn per hit, and if you can cast it when it's on Almighty, when the mask is on Almighty, you'll do increased damage. The only thing is it costs 9, so it's a little expensive. But there are his movesets, and Lune's weapon got upgraded as well. Hang on. Every time I've done this, her weapon has gotten upgraded to a 15. That's really weird. Expect her weapon to get upgraded to a 15. I don't know why that just glitched. I've done this fight 10 times, and every time her weapon, we get an upgrade. I actually don't even remember seeing the battle screen. So, clearly it's a glitch. But, those are his movesets. What am I hearing? No, he's gone. Alright, so there you go.